Hello, I'm Elizabeth Bryety. I'm here to talk about becoming an association leader. Currently, I serve as the secretary of the AAA and as chair of the nominations committee. I compiled this slide deck with the help of Kim Baker and Ed Lebo to cover basic information about how the AAA nominations process works. The photo shows a discussion involving 8 to 10 people taking place at the annual meeting. This fall, we will hold a Q&A session where prospective nominees can ask questions. Feel free to email me or Kim for further information. My email is elizabeth.bryody@gmail.com. My last name is spelled Bryody. Kim's email is kbaker@americananthro.org. That's Kbaker. Perhaps the most important point I will make in this presentation is that the AAA is eager to welcome new faces into its leadership. The question is, how does one get involved? In early fall, the open positions are posted on the AAA website and publicized on communities, in meetings, through emails, and on social media. The open positions number between 7 and 11 on the 3 AAA committees: the Executive Board, the Nominations Committee, and MPAAC. Leaders serve 3-year terms, except for the President and President-elect, who serve 2-year terms. The photo shows a group of Executive Board members at one of its meetings pre-COVID. Now meetings are held virtually, though the November Executive Board meeting in Baltimore will be a hybrid, with some attending in person and some online. Let me tell you a little about these 3 committees. The Executive Board is the most well-known AAA committee. It has 17 voting members, along with the treasurer. Additionally, the AAA Executive Director, Ed Lebo, is ex officio on the board. As secretary, I serve on the Executive Board. I previously served in the practicing professional seat, which is one of the 2 open positions this year. The other open seat is the minority seat. On the right-hand side of the slide are the key responsibilities of all who serve on the Executive Board. The board sets the AAA vision and strategy. It has a fiduciary responsibility to safeguard AAA's assets and ensure its integrity. The board is also responsible for creating organizational plans and programs based on member values and interests, and in establishing outcomes and assessing the achievement of those outcomes. The Nominations Committee, which consists of 10 members, has 3 open positions this year: the Archaeology seat, Cultural seat, and Undesignated seat number 2. Most of this committee's work is done in October and November. At that time, the committee reviews all who self-nominated for open positions. They identify the nominees who seem best equipped to serve the AAA. Then the committee meets together for a number of hours to compare and contrast their views of the nominees. The goal is to reach consensus on 2 candidates for each open position. When the nomination committee completes its work, it has produced a slate for review by the Executive Board later in November. MPAAC is the newest of the AAA committees. The acronym MPAAC stands for Members Programmatic, Advisory, and Advocacy Committee. It focuses on key member interests in areas such as human rights, public policy, practice, and anti-racism and social justice. MPAAC may have as many as 23 members, of which 10 are elected. The AAA president-elect serves on MPAAC. This committee both advises the Executive Board on important issues and advocates for AAA members. It was designed to work collaboratively with other AAA entities and organizations and to develop initiatives that were of interest to members and to the wider public. Why might you be a great nominee for a AAA leadership position? There are at least 3 reasons. First, AAA needs a diverse group of its members involved in governance and who represent the entire membership. Second, you are a unique person with a particular worldview, set of skills and experiences, and knowledge. This slide shows a funnel with balls representing types of anthropologists moving through it. You may be a student, an anthropologist working in business, government, or nonprofits, a teaching member of the faculty, or a person holding a staff role at your college or university. Each of you has much to contribute. AAA welcomes new leaders both during their schooling and throughout their career. We want all 4 subfields represented in our governance and in the work that we do. We also want to be as inclusive as possible in terms of the demographics of our diverse membership. Third, you will benefit enormously from the experience in guiding the association, learning about current issues and viewpoints, meeting new people, and in playing a critical role in AAA governance. I certainly have found my experiences on AAA committees to be rewarding, and I think you will too. What does the self-nomination process involve? Prospective nominees want to know what they need to do to be considered for a leadership position. The process has been streamlined recently, so it is quite straightforward. First, you must self-nominate. That means that you have to throw your name in the hat. You go to the nominations and elections page of the AAA website. There, you will fill out a personal statement that identifies your knowledge, skills, and experience that are relevant for the position. Next, you develop a 1-page resume or a 1-page CV that is tailored to the position. Third, you provide the name and contact information of a person who will support you. That person could be your friend, a colleague, your boss, a professor, whoever would write a brief but helpful letter on your behalf. To help you, we have added lots of new tips to the Helpful Hints button and given several examples of personal statements that past nominees submitted. Now you can read how others portrayed themselves, which might help you with your materials. I have put a link below the two buttons on the slide, which will take you to the relevant web page. This is the easy slide. It's all about the deadline. Nominations close on Wednesday, October 13th. That deadline means that all of your materials, your personal statement, one-page resume, and your letter of support have to be submitted electronically to the AAA website by that date. You might be interested to know what AAA leaders say about their experiences. Mark Aldendorfer is an archaeologist. He says that his service as a AAA leader helped to make him a more complete anthropologist. He played a big role in AAA's thinking surrounding the future of publishing. Susan Mazer-Stoneman is a practitioner and founder of Indicia Consulting, which is focused on sustainability and the natural environment. She is currently serving as chair of MPAAC. Her statement indicates that serving in AAA leadership has enabled her to stay closely tied to anthropology. Here are two more testimonials of the value of AAA leadership to those who serve. Petra Kuppinger is a cultural anthropologist currently serving on the executive board. She indicates how much she appreciates her amazing and dedicated colleagues as they translate AAA values into practical steps and policies. And finally, Jillian Kavanaugh is a linguistic anthropologist who served recently on the executive board. She too references the great people she was able to meet and work with as they helped shape AAA's priorities. What happens next in the nominations process? After you turn in your materials by the October 13th deadline, the nominations committee reads them, meets, and selects 2 candidates for each open position. The slate then moves to the executive board for approval. Once the executive board has approved the slate, the candidates are notified, usually in the first quarter of the new year. The candidates prepare a short bio and a platform statement, which they submit to the AAA with a photo. AAA members vote during a 6-week period from about mid-April through the end of May. The winners take office in late November of 2022. I want to thank you for taking the time to be with me today. I look forward to your questions and hope to see you among AAA leaders in the future.